Have you ever met someone who would literally do anything for sympathy? Marcus was one of those guys who somehow always had the most dramatic life stories. Lost his wallet? It wasn't just misplaced. It was stolen by a gang who also threatened his little sister. Missed an assignment? His grandmother was in the hospital again, 4th time this semester. But what really got everyone's attention was his injuries. Always had something wrapped up, bandaged, or in a sling. Sprained ankle from saving a kid from getting hit by a car. Bruised ribs from stopping a fight at work. Black eye from falling down concrete stairs while rushing to help an elderly neighbor. The pattern was so consistent that people started calling him Hero Marcus behind his back. Though it wasn't entirely mean-spirited. The guy seemed to have genuine talent for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Everyone whispered about his terrible luck, but honestly, most of us bought it. Who questions someone's pain, right? Then came the broken arm incident. Marcus showed up Monday morning with this elaborate cast covering his entire forearm, signatures already covering it in colorful markers. Said he'd fallen off a ladder helping his uncle repair a roof after a storm. The ladder was completely soaked from the rain, he explained to concerned classmates. I should have been more careful, but my uncle really needed the help. When I fell, I heard this horrible cracking sound. Worst pain of my life. He winced dramatically as students gathered around to sign his cast. But here's where it gets weird. My friend Tyler works part-time at the urgent care clinic where Marcus claimed he went. Tyler mentioned seeing Marcus there Sunday evening, but something felt off. Dude kept asking really specific questions about how long different breaks take to heal, Tyler told me. And he seemed way too comfortable with the whole process. Most people with broken bones are pretty shaken up, but Marcus was almost chatty with the staff. That got me curious, so I started paying attention. Marcus loved showing off his cast, but I noticed he never winced when people bumped into his broken arm, never protected it when walking through crowded hallways, even used it normally when he thought nobody was watching. The smoking gun came during chemistry class Thursday. We were doing a lab experiment, and Marcus volunteered to help carry supplies. With his supposedly broken arm, he lifted a heavy box of beakers completely normally, using both hands, then suddenly remembered his injury when he saw people looking. "Oh man, I shouldn't have done that," he said, immediately cradling his arm dramatically. "The pain medication must be making me forget." But Mr. Rodriguez, our chemistry teacher, used to be an EMT. He'd seen plenty of real injuries. He walked over with a concerned expression and asked Marcus to wiggle his fingers, then gently pressed on different spots along his forearm. "Interesting," Mr. Rodriguez said loudly enough for the class to hear. "For someone with a radius fracture, you've got remarkably good mobility and 0-point tenderness. Usually patients are quite sensitive around the break site." Marcus turned pale, his confident demeanor cracking like his supposedly broken bone. "Well, maybe it's healing faster than expected. I've always been a quick healer." Or maybe, Mr. Rodriguez continued, crossing his arms, "this isn't actually broken. Would you mind if I called the clinic to verify your treatment?" The room went dead silent. Marcus started stammering about patient privacy laws and how calling would be inappropriate. His face flushed red and sweat beads formed on his forehead, but the damage was done. Everyone was staring, and his carefully constructed story was crumbling fast. By lunch, word had spread throughout the entire school. Kids who'd signed his cast felt stupid and used. Teachers who'd given him extensions felt manipulated. People started connecting dots about all his previous injuries and dramatic stories. Tyler confirmed what everyone suspected. Marcus's medical record showed multiple visits for suspicious injuries over the past year. All minor, all conveniently timed around major assignments. Marcus stopped coming to school that week, claiming he was sick. When he finally returned Monday, the cast was mysteriously gone, and so was his appetite for dramatic storytelling. Turns out losing your reputation for constant lies is way more painful than any fake injury ever was.